What's up, you guys, man? Hey, this is the Border Prospect, man. I'm back today. I'm here to give a breakdown of the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, but also wanted to get into some real stuff and really talk about this thing. So the title of the show today is going to be called Culture versus Vultures. Because I need people to understand there's a difference. There's a difference. And I want to come from a perspective of, I know what it's like to see a vulture. You see somebody just taken from the culture. But it looked like help because of their status in the game. But you don't know they're extracting your stuff. It's not like they're coming over and putting their style on it. They coming over sounding like you. And now they done added that flow pattern to their pocket. And you think, oh, I got me a feature from Buddy. Oh, this is amazing. But you don't know what they're doing is they're extracting from you. But you're so hyped because of who the status of the person is. You're not realizing this is a whole vulture the whole time. They was adding to their palette the whole time. While you thinking I'm getting a hit record, you are getting a hit record. But also you get your flow pattern snatched. Just in case if I need it later on. I'm going to tuck that away. Now, I said this online earlier. Go to my Facebook page. I said if anyone who is supporting saying that Drake won, you're a vulture and you don't even know it. You're supporting a vulture. You don't even know it. And the reason why I say that, people gonna be, people gonna be in the comments, man. I am not worried about that. We can talk in the comment section. There's no problem. I'm not even angry. I'm disappointed. And a lot of because it got me looking at even my friend circle. Got me looking at them a little different. Like, y'all supporting that. And it's not because this dude is not a great artist. It's not because he's not a great artist, because he is. And I'm guilty of this too. So while I'm telling them this, I'm guilty of this too. I will no longer be guilty of that. I'm going to tell you this. On my channel from now on, I will not play no Drake music on here. You will not hear it. I will not no longer listen to Drake music. DJ Vlad interviews won't be get played on here. You won't even see me mention them in Adam 22. These two are, I ain't gonna lie, but these two right here, yeah. They've been doing it for years. They've been stealing from our culture, and we allowed them to. For years. They play slave master, man. They play slave master with our folk. And we got to tuck our tail and hold our tongue because we got a job with them. Y'all can say what y'all want. I know a culture vulture when I see one. And this is how I know. And I'm going to explain to you. There's a specific line that as cultured people, because it has nothing to do with black or white. This is culture. This is a difference. Eminem is cultured. He's cultured. He's cultured, but he's a guest in that culture at the same time. You can be cultured and be a guest in the culture at the same time. You can be cultured. It's not about a skin color. It's about you, specifically you. How are you raised? How are you raised? And just because you got a white mother don't mean that you wasn't raised in culture. That's incorrect, y'all. Because like I told you, it's not a skin color, it's a culture thing. You have to understand, growing up in a black house, cultured house, right? Or just growing up around the culture, right? We know what it feels like when you get the smell of a hot comb. You know what I'm saying? You know what that smell like, right? You know, and when they get burnt, we know that. That's culture, things of that nature. That's just an example of it. But if you grew up over there and you're not cultured, you're not being indulged in the culture, you don't know what that's like. You don't know what it's like until later on. But then at that point, you really are a guest. See, the problem is we don't make people start off in the mailroom in this culture. In our culture, we let anybody infiltrate and get what they got to get and get out. Instead of people talking about, we can't gatekeep. Why not? Every culture gatekeeps. You can't go in no Asian culture and expect to get no high-ranking job, nigga. They don't allow it. It's not allowed because they gatekeep. Y'all better open up y'all doggone minds. White folk gatekeep. When we go to these white corporations and we get these jobs, we start off in the mail room like you're supposed to. Earn your stripes. And that's what we don't make folks do in our culture. Anybody can come up in here, all inclusive. Not checking they black card. You ever been to a family reunion? We gotta ask prerequisites. There gotta be prerequisites before we just allow somebody in the culture, and especially in the rap game when it was built on the back of us, our people. Not blacks, cultured people. It's a difference. It's a difference. We're not talking about... See, the problem with a lot of folks, when they heard this Kendrick Lamar stuff, they thought he was talking about light-skinned people. That's how I know you're a low-vibration people. And get away from me. I'm so serious. I'm done with the low-vibration people in this world. Because there's a bunch of them. And I'm sick of them. Low vibrations. He's not talking about Drake's light-skinnedness. He's talking about his culture. This boy grew up in a Jewish community and had a bar mitzvah. That's not of our culture. We don't have bar mitzvahs. We don't have those. So for you to say, oh, you talking because he's light-skinned. No, I'm talking about how he grew up and how he likes to cosplay. That's why that blackface picture that came out when Pusha T put it out is crazy to me. Because you don't have to put on a blackface because you got black in you. See, when you don't know how to react in certain situations, see, things will pop up on you. Yeah, then we start digging even more. You told your mother that Rick Ross was racist. Because he called you white boy, right? How in the heck is he racist if you black? Don't know what to say in certain situations because he's never been in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't know how to. See, I got a, this is, he gonna know who I'm talking to. I got a cousin. Huge Drake fan. Love my cousin. My dog, this Sandbox. But my cousin light skinned, right? And he said he faced some of the same stuff that, you know, assuming that Drake is went through, right? Because he's light skinned. But I say, Jay, you grew up black. You grew up in the culture. You know what a hot comb in a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning you hear that music down there, that old school music. You know what that's like, brother. That's culture. Mama cleaning up downstairs. On Saturdays. You all know that. Shake your head. You agree with me. You don't know about that. You understand? My point is, growing up light-skinned and growing up cultured is two different things. Kendrick was talking about him growing up cultured. What was the culture that you grew up in? This ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. You said you grew up Jewish. So if that's the case, that's your culture. Not us. us. But that's not to say that Drake can't rap and come into the culture. That is called... Drake should have started off in the mailroom. He didn't start off in the mailroom. Because we don't govern our culture. Because you know what it is for us? We don't even know what our culture is sometimes. We be forgetting. Because we let somebody like Post Malone. Post Malone literally is the definition of a culture vulture. He literally came into the game with braids in his hair, White Iverson, singing, all that, got all that money from us, and then dipped on out and went to country. Come on, man. It's a culture vulture. What we doing? What we doing? But nobody gatekeeped. See, you want to know why? Because these corporations that he's getting these deals from, I ain't going to say what they are, but let's just say this. They ain't of our culture. Let's just say they ain't of our culture. Let's say that. And I'm going to break this battle down, though. Because at the end of the day, this battle was a great battle. This is the greatest rap battle in battle rap history. Right? Kendrick won this hands down, and we're not even talking about it at this point. There's a rundown of the song names in the list. Kendrick least 3140. Least. I get what people want to do. They want to say, Kendrick called him this, he called him that. Drake said that he fed him false information. But if you fed somebody false information, wouldn't there be a paper trail behind that? Wouldn't you have something other than your word to make sure you want to verify that so that people will really believe you? Where is the paper trail like you're asking from Kendrick Lamar? You're asking Kendrick Lamar to prove that he don't beat his wife. And Dave Free is not his son's dad. But where's your paperwork? Because all you did was say you ain't do it. And the most cringeworthy thing I ever heard, I'm too famous to be a pedophile. What are you talking about, Drake? What does that mean, Drake? He said, I've never looked at a teenager twice. We know that's a lie, Drake. You literally have conversation and text messages with 14, I ain't gonna put that on, 14, but they ain't gonna make it no better. Shoot. Young girls. So let's just put them in a bracket. Young girls. You're a grown man. Why are you texting a 14-year-old? And why are you saying that you miss her? You have people trying to justify that. Do you hear me? You have people out here trying to justify that. They saying he's a talent scout. He's this, he's that. He was being her mentor. What 14-year-old girl you know get a mentor that's a grown man? Why? Why would he be her mentor? Why? See what I'm saying? How that don't add up? But you have people making that justification. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying Drake is a pedophile. Don't get it misconstrued what I'm saying. I'm saying he's a weirdo. He's a weirdo that I'm choosing not to support. Because I feel bad about it. Everybody can have an opinion about Drake. I have no problem with that. But just understand why I'm not supporting that crap. I'm not. There was, and this is the thing. If Kendrick comes out to be a woman beater and everything like that, I ain't supporting that either. I'm not supporting that either. But there's never been a police report. There ain't never been nothing put out about it. There ain't nothing. There's no paper trail for that to be the case. That's what I'm saying. And then Drake said, and I quote, Drake said, why are you living in Brooklyn without your family and you ain't seen your kids in 6 months? Well, if you go to his wife's page, there is a picture of her doing her daughter's hair in a penthouse in Brooklyn. And people would confirm it in the comment section, saying that I have seen them here several times. So that was a lie. So you lied throughout this song. And I'm going to get to the biggest lie of them all. I want everybody watching this video to go to Mother I Sober. Just look up the lyrics. You ain't even got to go to the song. Look up the lyrics. And I want you to read some of them. And I want you to get to the part to where he's talking to his mother. When they're talking and asking him, did your cousin touch you? He says no, but they didn't believe him when he said he didn't. And it was talking about a generational passed down curse. His mother had got touched in Chicago. This the lyrics. She had got touched. That's why she feared it happened to me, because her trauma passed down to me. And then because of that, dealing with that whole situation with the cousin, because I think something happened to the cousin. I think they did something to the cousin. He had to live with that, because it's like, I'm kind of confused. I told you he didn't do nothing. Nothing happened. But it turned into something else because he didn't deal with that trauma from that. It turned into something else. But people want to try to sit up there and say, oh, well, what Drake was saying, you might have been touched and maybe you didn't know. No. Drake is a surface level rapper. He not that deep. Sorry, bro. I'm not giving you credit like that. That's some Kendrick Lamar stuff that they trying to put on him. You know, they'd be like, Kendrick too deep, get a glossary. If Drake would have thought about that, get a glossary. Come on, stop it. Listen. If you are under pedo allegations, why would you mention anybody else getting molested? Why? You got pedo allegations, brother. Why are you mentioning anything about somebody else being touched as a kid? That's what I'm saying. You have people who are Drake fans justifying it. They're going to justify this video. And when I drop this video, they're going to justify it then. They're going to justify it. And see, those people who do that, I know I need to back up a little bit. I need to take a step back. And I need to only have these level conversations, surface. And I ain't going to lie, I'm not having a lot of surface level conversation these days. I'm not having a lot of those. I'm not. That's why I'm not. That's why certain people, low key, I've cut off. Like, I still got my dogs. My dogs already know who my dogs is. They already know what it is. They my dogs. They're my dogs for life. I ain't talking about them or none of that. I'm talking about the people I talk to. You know what I'm saying? You know, even on the game and stuff like that. I gotta really take a little bit of a step back, because if you're agreeing with that and I'm not, I don't want to do this. I don't want to clash behind my opinion about it and yours. Because at the end of the day, you got your opinion, you got your platform, you can speak on it. I got mine. This is my platform. I'm going to speak on it. I don't necessarily agree with what Drake is doing. Because in Euphoria, if you go to the lyrics, it literally says you are going to fabricate stories about the family front because you heard Mr. Morale. What did he mention in the song? He said you had a song, Mother May I, where he mentioned Mr. Morale. It lines up. I said he was going to do it. He did it. It's a fabrication. I'm with my family. He with his family. Y'all want to say he need to post now to prove it. He don't got to prove nothing to y'all. He's a millionaire. The problem with y'all is y'all think y'all opinion matter. My opinion might not matter, but I'm going to get my opinion out. I'm going to tell you that. Because I know how to go. I'm ready for all the comebacks. No Diddy. I'm ready for all the responses to this video. I'm ready for all the responses. Because at the end of the day, I'm not saying what you think is wrong. I'm not saying how you believe is wrong. But I tell you this. If I believe to the contrary, we just need to have surface level conversation. And like I told you, I'm not having a lot of those. But the main reason why I think Kendrick won this battle is strictly off, and another thing is off impact. The impact of this of his records really boom, and the strategy of him stepping on Drake's releases. He got 4 top 10 songs on the chart. out of this thing. And I'm not mentioning numbers and all that, but all I'm saying is it had an impact. The impact of it was that. And this literally a cultural statement right here. Listen.
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
Come on. Come on. That's a cultural statement right there. They not like us. That means they didn't put in the pain we put in. They didn't get the scratches on their back like we did. They didn't have to put up with the scrutiny. It's a different feel, man, when you grew up in it, when you from it, than when you join it. It's a different feel. And see, the crazy part about it is, you know what I noticed? That a lot of like Caucasian rappers, they know how to move in the culture. Because like Eminem, he's cultured. He's cultured. He grew up around it. But he's a guest, and he knows how to do what he's supposed to do. He knows what to do. You ain't ever going to see Eminem overstep, because he knows, in his mind, there's a cultural line that you don't step over. You don't even put your feet on it. But Drake has continuously put his foot on and over the line. I'm not saying Drake's not black. I'm not saying that. I said Drake ain't cultured. See, y'all gonna take this video and try to make it seem like I'm saying Drake ain't black because he half white. No. This is not a white-black thing. This is a culture thing. And when you understand what culture is, and you actually go read a book and look up the word, then you'll be able to further understand what I am talking about. Everybody black ain't cultured, baby. And everybody white ain't just white, baby. They would be guests in the culture, but they are cultured. And that's my point. That people not understanding what he was saying with that. They wanted to make it a bigger thing when it's not. And the thing about him saying, I don't like when you say nigga, has nothing to do about light skin, dark skin thing. It has all to do with your culture. And not just that. It's cringeworthy when you say it. Forget everybody else. It's just you. It's just when you say it. Cole say it. Whenever somebody else say it, it ain't cringeworthy. But when you say it, it's cringeworthy. And he's just specifically talking to Drake on that song. But like I said, a lot of people took that as him trying to play with his blackness or anything like that. And it's like, no. Has nothing to do with that. It's you. It's you. And in a cultural sense, the thing about it is this. Drake, amazing artist. But Drake has gotten to a point in this hip-hop culture where he's starting to smell himself. He's starting to step over lines and boundaries. Like, Kendrick told him in a song, do not speak on my wife's name. Drake didn't understand that. That was a culture line. We don't speak on each other's wives. We leave children out of this, right? So, then, therefore, because this is on push-ups. Go back and listen to push-ups. He said, I be with bodyguards like I'm Whitney. That's Kendrick Lamar's wife's name. Got it. You made a mistake there. So he brought your kid up. And that, now we even. And at the end, he says, you don't want to go no further. Just keep my name out your, my family name out your mouth, Crody. Drake then proceeds to double down. Matter of fact, no. Then 616 in LA came, where Kendrick is letting him know, you got a mole in your camp. You have a mole in your camp. This is a warning. You got a mole in your camp. Be careful. Then, here comes Family Matters. He goes in, he starts talking about his wife, infidelity that he's done to his wife, which is on Mr. Morale, once again, Worldwide Steppers, if you need the exact song. He talks about it, he talks about his infidelity. Then proceeds to talk about his wife again. And Drake has this thing where in our culture is unacceptable. You don't bring up nobody's wife into this. You just don't. That's when it elevates. Because everybody gonna say, oh, he called him a pedo, so you can talk about whatever you want. No. You said my wife's name first. He did the same thing with Pusha. Did the same thing with Meek Mill. Did the same thing with Common. He has this thing where he's a habitual line stepper. Like, he's over the line. I don't know what it is about him bringing up people's significant others. Like, you don't have a porn star for a baby mother. Like, how can we take what he's saying and validate it when he has a porn star for a baby mother? And she got pregnant in a threesome with, allegedly, let me say allegedly, because you know how this goes. Allegedly, him ASAPing the girl. And you the dude that got her pregnant. You got to get 3 DNA tests. So how can you examine somebody's family when you really never had a home? You don't even know what it's like to have a home. You don't. You don't. And I'm sorry, that's going to hurt some people's feelings. But that's what it is. You can't change the facts of your life. That's what it is. Some of the greatest people are come out of those houses. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you can't make it. None of that. But all I'm saying is you can't speak on nobody who got a 2-parent household like you better than them. What? Like, come on. And then you making this claim that Kendrick Lamar's son is by Day Free. Okay, cool. Well, guess what? Now I'm about to double down. You're a pedophile. You're a sicko. You got guys who have trafficked women on your payroll. That's the company you keeping. You want to know your future? Show me your circle. That's what somebody told me. I've always lived by that code. You want to know your future? Show me your circle. Who's around you? Because them are your biggest influences. You got a guy, Baca, who was charged. Sentenced to 13 years for sex trafficking. That's what they said. Sex trafficking, a 22-year-old girl. And domestic violence. But you talked about Kendrick putting this in. Come on. Come on. And then you like to bring up that you're Michael Jackson, right? So, maybe not the best person to say that you're like. Not saying anything that Michael did it or anything. What I'm saying is the allegations, therefore, when they get put on your name, you can't get rid of them. They called Michael Jackson a pedophile till he died. And after he died. And so you're saying that you're Michael Jackson. Got it? Got it. And now you have pedo allegations on your back. Regardless if they true or not, you can't get rid of that stench off your jacket. You understand what I'm saying? So, to me, and then he goes and does Meets the Grams, right? Got it. Meet the Grams come out. He's talking to his son, mom, dad, supposed daughter, and Drake. And so in that record, very ominous, very scary beat. Alchemist, shout out to you. Went ahead and did that. Dope record. Then, to double up, Kendrick drops They Not Like Us. That record's crazy, club banger. And he doubles down on the pedo allegations, and he talks about your crew. Said, Chubbs, get your hand-me-downs, party at the party, playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. And so that's what was said. Okay. Move on. Then the Heart Part 6 by Drake. He made me mad with this one. Because all the hearts were good up until this point. Because it's a Kendrick Lamar series. All the hearts were good. And so he did the Heart Part 6. Which, if you're going to do the Heart series, make sure you come with some facts. Make sure you come with some bars. Make sure it ain't a defense record. You just wasted the Heart Part 6 on defense. I hated it. I hated that part. I hated what he titled it. And then you came with and the response was 4 minutes of you defending yourself not being a pedophile. I'm too famous to be a pedophile. I've never looked at a teenager twice. Cap. What else did brother say? Oh yeah, Kendrick was molested. Cap. I'm just breaking down all the lies in there. But y'all want me to believe that he fed him information when... Where's the proof that you fed him this information? Wouldn't there be a paper trail or something? Wouldn't there be a text message there or something? Wouldn't there be something to validate your claims? See, Kendrick can sit back and let the world decide, because you want to know why? It's because Kendrick has never been arrested. Like y'all saying Drake has never been arrested for pedophilia? Kendrick can literally sit back and say, hey, I've never been arrested for domestic violence. I've never been attacked to domestic violence. None of that. I've never put my hands on my wife. He can say that. He can say that, literally. And we gotta roll with that. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to rapping ability, Drake can't out rap Kendrick, man. Kendrick Lamar won this battle. Had the better songs. Honestly, the better beats. Shockingly. Because Drake normally don't lose the beat battle, but he did. And so I had Kendrick Lamar winning the battle. But as far as Drake, like I said, he's a vulture. That's what he is. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like he doesn't make good music, because he does. But I refuse now. I'm making a decision now to not support a culture vulture. I'm not. Oh, you gonna support a woman beater? It hasn't been proven true. His culture vultureness is proven true. Like, we're not wondering if he is or not. No, he literally has. Literally has. Why do you think he's taking everybody's flow? Why do you think he got ghostwriters? Why all these things are in the play? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it ain't necessarily the ghostwriter part, but I'm saying as far as the flow that he has, the different flows he goes in and out of, them are not his original flows. How he rapped on a couple of those songs sound like Lil Yachty. Then he sounded like Playboy Cardi. Then he sounded like XXXTentacion. I won't even get into that. That's crazy. Sounded just like him. I mean, it's just a lot of culture vultureness that I see from him. Vlad, Adam 22, Post Malone did it. It's a bunch of them out here doing it. But when you, like I said, when you are a Caucasian man in the rap game, see, the real ones know how to maneuver. They know how to do what they got to do and get up out of it. They know they're a guest. They know they're here and they're grateful to be here. But the ones that are vultures, they think they deserved it. They think they earned it. But the problem is you ain't starting the mailroom. You got to start policing better. You can't just let somebody just say they're of culture and not be of culture. That's the problem. We have to gatekeep better. But at this point, man, it is what it is. And I appreciate y'all love and support. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Yeah, it's hot outside this summer. Hopefully we get some great music. And until next time.